ह्रीङ्कारासन गर्भितानलसिकां सौ क्लीं कलां बिभ्रतीं सौवर्णाम्बरधारिणीं वरसुधा धौतां त्रिनेत्रोज्ज्वलां वन्दे पुस्तकपाशमङ्कुशधरां स्रग्भूषितामुज्ज्वलां त्वां गौरीं त्रिपुरां परात्परकलां श्रीचक्रसञ्चारिणीम् ध्यानम् आरक्ताभां त्रिनेत्राम् अरुणिमवसनां रत्नताटङ्करम्यां हस्ताम्बोजैश्च पाशाङ्कुश मदनधनुस्सायकैर्विस्फुरन्तीम् आपीनोत्तुङ्गवक्षोरुह कलशलुठद्धारहारोज्ज्वलाङ्गीम् ध्यायेदम्बोरुहस्ताम् अरुणिमवसनाम् ईश्वरीम् ईश्वराणाम् ॐ ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं ऐं क्लीं सौः ॐ नमस्त्रिपुरसुन्दरी हृदयदेवी शिरोदेवी शिखादेवी कवचदेवी नेत्रदेवी अस्त्रदेवी कामेश्वरी भगमालिनी नित्यक्लिन्ने भेरुण्टे वाग्निवासिनी महावज्रेश्वरी शिवदूते त्वरिते कुलसुन्दरी नित्ये नीलपताके विजये सर्वमङ्गले ज्वालामालिनी चित्रे महानित्ये परमेश्वर परमेश्वरी मित्रेशमयी षष्ठीशमयी उड्डीशमयी चर्यानाथमयी लोपामुद्रमयी अगस्त्यमयी कालतापनमयी धर्माचार्यमयी मुक्तकेशीश्वरमयी दीपकलानाथमयी विष्णुदेवमयी प्रभाकरदेवमयी तेजोदेवमयी मनोजदेवमयी कल्याणदेवमयी वासुदेवमयी रत्नदेवमयी श्रीरामानन्दमयी अणिमा सिद्धे लघिमा सिद्धे महिमा सिद्धे ईशित्व सिद्धे वशित्व सिद्धे प्राकाम्य सिद्धे भुक्ति सिद्धे इच्छा सिद्धे प्राप्ति सिद्धे सर्वकाम सिद्धे ब्राह्मी माहेश्वरी कौमारी वैष्णवी वाराही माहेन्द्री चामुण्डे महालक्ष्मी सर्वसंक्षोभिनी सर्वविद्राविणी सर्वाकर्षिणी सर्ववशङ्करी सर्वोन्मादिनी सर्वमहाकुशे सर्वकेचरी सर्वबीजे सर्वयोने सर्वत्रिगण्डे त्रैलोक्यमोहनचक्रस्वामिनी प्रकटयोगिनी कामाकर्षिणी बुद्ध्याकर्षिणी अहङ्काराकर्षिणी शब्दाकर्षिणी स्पर्शाकर्षिणी रूपाकर्षिणी रसाकर्षिणी गन्धाकर्षिणी चित्ताकर्षिणी धैर्याकर्षिणी स्मृत्याकर्षिणी नामाकर्षिणी बीजाकर्षिणी आत्माकर्षिणी अमृताकर्षिणी शरीराकर्षिणी सर्वाशा परिपूरकचक्रस्वामिनी गुप्तयोगिनी अनङ्गकुसुमे अनङ्गमेखले अनङ्गमदने अनङ्गमदनातुरे अनङ्गरेखे अनङ्गवेगिनी अनङ्गाङ्कुशे अनङ्गमालिनी सर्वसंक्षोभनचक्रस्वामिनी गुप्ततरयोगिनी सर्वसंक्षोभिनी सर्वविद्राविणी सर्वाकर्षिणी सर्वाह्लादिनी सर्वसम्मोहिनी सर्वस्तम्भिनी सर्वजृम्भिनी सर्ववशङ्करी सर्वरञ्जनी सर्वोन्मादिनी सर्वार्थसाधिके सर्वसम्पत्तिपूरणी सर्वमन्त्रमयी सर्वद्वन्द्वक्षयङ्करी सर्वसौभाग्यदायक चक्रस्वामिनी सम्प्रदाययोगिनी सर्वसिद्धिप्रदे सर्वसम्पत्प्रदे सर्वप्रियङ्करी सर्वमङ्गलकारिणी सर्वकामप्रदे सर्वदुःखविमोचनी सर्वमृत्युप्रशमनी सर्वविघ्ननिवारिणी सर्वाङ्गसुन्दरी सर्वसौभाग्यदायिनी सर्वार्थसाधकचक्रस्वामिनी कुलोत्तीर्णयोगिनी सर्वज्ञे सर्वशक्ते सर्वैश्वर्यप्रदायिनी सर्वज्ञानमयी सर्वव्याधिविनाशिनी सर्वाधारस्वरूपे सर्वपापहरे सर्वानन्दमयी सर्वरक्षास्वरूपिणी सर्वेप्सिदफलप्रदे सर्वरक्षाकरचक्रस्वामिनी निगर्भयोगिनी वशिनी कामेशी मोदिनी विमले अरुणे जयिनी सर्वेश्वरी कौलिनी सर्वरोगहरचक्रस्वामिनी रहस्ययोगिनी भाणिनी चापिनी पाशिनी अंकुशिनी महाकामेश्वरी महावज्रेश्वरी महाभगमालिनी महाश्रीसुन्दरी सर्वसिद्धिप्रदचक्रस्वामिनी अतिरहस्ययोगिनी श्री श्री महाभट्टारिके सर्वानन्दमय चक्रस्वामिनी परापररहस्ययोगिनी त्रिपुरे त्रिपुरेशी त्रिपुरसुन्दरी त्रिपुरवासिनी त्रिपुराश्री त्रिपुरमालिनी त्रिपुरासिद्धे त्रिपुराम्बा महात्रिपुरसुन्दरी महामहेश्वरी महामहाराज्ञी महामहाशक्ते महामहागुप्ते महामहाज्ञप्ते महामहानन्दे महामहास्कन्दे महामहाशये महामहाश्रीचक्रनगरसाम्राज्ञी नमस्ते त्रिः नमः स्वाहा श्रीं ह्रीं ऐं ॐ There is only one variation that is found in many of the printed version of the book. Namaste Trihi Namaha. Instead of that, there will be three Namaste. Namaste, 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 Swaha. Namaha Swaha. There are versions like this, but Bhaskara has mentioned like Trihi is the Nama of Amba. When the Namavali of Khadgamala comes, Trihi, Trakshari, Trihi, she is in the form of all triads. Trihi, she is one and she is three. To denote that, it has been said as Trihi, because in the Khadgamala Namavali Puja, when they do Archana for Namavali, there is a Nama Trihi Namaha. Okay, so there is a variation. Namaste Trihi means it will not come like that in a Namaste Trihi. normally we say like, 3 times to be repeated, 7 times, we will put it in the bracket and say it. Or otherwise you put all the times, all the namaste, namaste, namaste. Like we will put it like that. Otherwise we will put it in the bracket. Trihi means if you have to say 3 times, then we will put it in a bracket. It will not come as a form of the sloka. So in this, it is nama. So it has to be said as Namaste Trihi Namaha Swaha. And we completed with Sri Hrim Aim Om because we started with Aim Om Aim Hrim Shri. We complete that Khadgamala with Shrim Hrim Aim Om because this is like a mantra samputa. Whatever the bijam we say in the front, we say it in the reverse order in the end. Then it is like a cartridges. Cartridges, how like on both sides it is sealed. It is sealed in the same order and the reverse order. It is sealed like that. When you put the numbers and seal it, like you seal it in the reverse order, then only the cartridge will be intact. In the same way, this is like a cartridge. So you can understand how powerful it is. When the cartridge explodes, it bursts open in like that. This mantra, when it gives that kind of that magnitude of its effect, its results are much more beyond our comprehension when you recite it with this mantra samputa. This is mantra samputam is something like you have this first few bijas, whatever we recite, and you say it in the reverse order at the end. So it is like a cartridge. And the Falashruti, can repeat that Falashruti also now. Though we will complete it today, the entire thing we will complete it today. Okay. Yesha Vidya Mahasiddhidayini Smriti Matratah Agnivade Mahakshobhe Rajarajashtrasya Viplave Rajarashtrasya Viplave Agnivade Mahakshobhe Rajashtrasya Viplave Luntane Taskarabhe Sangrame Salilaplave Samudrayana Vikshobhe Bhuta Prethadike Bhaye Apasmara Jvara Vyadi Mrityu Kshamadi Jebhaye Shakini Budanayaksha Rakshak Kushmanda Jebhaye Mitra Bhede Grahabhaye Vyasanesh Vabhicharinike Anyeshvapi cha dosheshu Mala mantram smaren naraha Tadrusham Khadgamapnodi Yena hastasthithena vai Ashtadasa Mahadvipa Samran Bhokta Bhavishyati Sarvopadravinirmuktas Sakshat Sivamayo Bhaved Apatkale Nitya Pujam Vistarat Kartumarabhed ekavaram japadhyanam sarva puja phalam labhed Navavarana devinam Lalitaya mahaujanah Ekatra ghanana rupo Veda vedanga gocarah Sarvagama rahasyartha Smaranat papanashini Lalitaya maheshanya Mala vidya mahiyasi Naravasyam narendranam Vasyam nariva shankaram Animadi guneshwaryam Ranjanam papa bhanjanam Dattada varnasthai Devata brunda mantrakam Mala mantram param guhyam Param dhama prakirtitam Shakti mala panchadasyat Shiva mala chadhadrushi Tasmad gopya dharat gopyam Rahasyam bhukti muktidam Iti Shri Vamakeshwara Tantre Uma Maheshwara Samvade Devi Khadgamala Stotra Ratnam Samaptam
Devi Khadgamala Stotra Ratnam Samaptam.
7th, 8th and 9th Avarana, which denote Mananam, Nididhyasanam and Samadhi. Ashtavaranam was the inverted triangle last week we saw. It has got 3 devatas on 3 corners of the triangle, and along with the 3 devatas, Mahatripurasundari is also worshipped. I explained why it happens, because the eventuality of Samadhi when you sit in Nididhyasanam is unavoidable. It is imminent. Samadhi is going to happen when you sit in deep meditation. So that is the reason, along with the 3 devatas of the 8th Avarana, Mahatripurasundari is also worshipped in the 8th Avarana. Avarana puja is done accordingly. Now we have come to the 9th one. This is actually the Bindu that is placed in the middle of the inverted triangle. Here we have to understand that inverted triangles also stands without a support. Bindu also in it stands without a support. All the other things, there are crisscrossing of the lines are there. Only these 2, they stand alone. This is the innermost triangle, and it is called Sarvanandamaya chakram. The Yogini of this chakram is called, there is only one Yogini, Mahatripurasundari. She is called Paraparaati rahayasya Yogini. We saw rahayasya Yogini, Ati rahayasya Yogini, Paraparaati rahayasya Yogini. Even subtler than the subtlest, you can say like that. Chakreswari is Sri Mahatripurasundari. Siddhi is Prapti Siddhi. And the Mudra Shakti is Sarvayoni Mudra Shakti. This is the 9th mudra we are talking about. We always say Dashamudra Samaradhya, 10 mudras we say. Actually, the 10th mudra is also, when we do the Avarana Puja, we do it for the Bindu only. But it is slightly placed an inch over Bindu. It is in a vacuum kind of a thing, where I will explain to you now when we say it as Triyatita Avastha, because this one considered to be Turiya Avastha. There's one thing we have to understand here, we have to note here. The third Avaranam, where Sushupti Avastha was predominant. The Ishwari of that Avaranam is called Tripurasundari. Here in the 9th Avarana, which denotes the Samadhi state, here she is called as Mahatripurasundari. These two are very, very important things. I'll explain why they are called like that. Because Tripurasundari and Mahatripurasundari, what is common why they have to have this kind of a name? What is uncommon about that? What distinguishes Mahatripurasundari from Tripurasundari? The Shastras say that the Bindu of the Sri Chakram, as I said, was Turiya Avastha. It denotes Turiya Avastha. The 4th, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti and Turiya, the 4th one. Turiya Avastha, and it is in the form of Savikalpa Samadhi. We'll also explain what is the difference between Savikalpa and Nirvikalpa as we go further. Mandukya Upanishads. This is so many times I have used it in Vitasasnamam, but here also I have to say it again. Prapancho Pashamam Shantam Shivam Advaitam Chaturtam Manyante Sa Atma Sa Vinyeha. Prapancho Pasham, the entire cosmos coming into equilibrium. Just imagine, there is no graph, is only one straight line. There is no up and down, there is no guna, there is no tanmatra, nothing is present. Nothing is present when everything is in equilibrium, when everything is in the absorbed state. Shantam Shivam Advaitam Chaturtam. That is when you feel that Brahman is only one, everything is one. Everything is come into one line. There is no one superior, no one inferior. Everything is in one line. There is no discrimination. There is no gunas. There is no tanmatras. There are no indriyas. Everything has, like, one by one, everything was getting merged into the Prakriti. So the entire Prakriti looks one. It's a Prapancho Vasham. Prakriti looks in equilibrium. Just before the creation starts, how it will be. It is like that. Pure form, pure consciousness. It is absolutely pure. We have to just imagine this, how it would be. You know, Shantam Shivam Advaitam Chaturtam. There's only one. There's no second one. There's only one. I can see it here. Shantam. It is absolutely in a balanced state. Shivam. Highly auspicious. Chaturtham is the 4th state of Turiya. You say, Manyante Sa Atma Sa Vinye. This is Atma. And this is what is to be known. What you have to know is that the Prapancha, when the entire cosmos, entire Prakriti comes into a point where everything is in, it is in her, it is in equilibrium, nothing exists there, nothing else of the Duality exists there. Duality comes because of the gunas, because of the indriyas, because of the tanmatras. Nothing is there. Everything is in her. Nothing is being exhibited there. When the exhibition starts, the creation starts and the drama starts. There is nothing here. It is just absolute pure consciousness. Sa Atma Sa Vinyeya. That is what is Atma. This is what is Atmajnanam. Atmajnanam, it is what is your Atma, it is what is my Atma. It is what the Atma of the entire Prapancha. She is the pulsation of the heart of the entire creation. Prakriti is the heart of the entire creation, and when she stands there before the creation starts, she is absolutely pure. See, she is the Ahankara Swarupam of the Parabrahman, we say. Parahamta, we call her. Parabrahman, she is the Ahankara Rupama, eye consciousness of the Parabrahman. From that eye conscious, when it expands, we all get our own bit of eye consciousness, and our eye consciousness is much inferior, so we are able to differentiate with one another. But hers is highly superior, pure eye consciousness. It is pure consciousness. That is what is your Atma. That is what is your Atma. That is what is my Atma. There is no distinction here. Prakriti in its highest form. That is what Samadhi brings. Samadhi states take you to that level where the entire cosmos coming to equilibrium. Shantam Shivam Advaitam Chaturtham. That is the Turiya state. There is one more state also above that, but we are coming to the Turiya state now. Fourth state. Believe that it is Atma. Sa Atma. Manyante sa Atma sa Vinyeya. That is what has to be known. All our travel, all our journey is to know that Atma, that realize that Atma, this Atma is nothing but this. That we realize it when we come into the Turiya state, when you come into the Samadhi state. This is the Mandukya Upanishad here, and what Yogini Hridayam says. Ahameva Param Brahma Ahamidi Samstiti. The state where I am Brahman and Brahman is I. There's no difference between that. Samadhi Satu Vinye. This is what is called Samadhi. Samadhi Satu Vinye. Sarva Vritti. All kinds of notions, all kinds of for and against notions are completely disappeared. Completely disappeared. Nirvikarataya vrittaya brahmakarataya punaha vritti vismaranam samyak samadhi ravidiyate. This nirvikara, there is no change, there is changeless Brahman. This is not going to change. There are no notions here. No change is going to happen. It is going to just stay like that. How, when you sit in that samadhi inside you, when the ocean without waves, how it is just quiet. How it is just quiet. You see your Atma so quiet, without any movement, without any notions in that, because indriyas are not there, your pancha tanmatras are not there, your gunas are not there. You are in the Sutta Sattva state. You are in the purest form of Sattva state. That is what the Parabrahman is. Nirguna Parabrahman, when it takes the first change that happens, that is the purest form of Sattva state, Sutta Sattva. So when that reaches that level, you see within you that vritti vismaranam samyak samadhi ravidiyate. This happens why? Because of the efforts of the nididhyasana. This doesn't happen. Samadhi doesn't happen as when we are talking like this. When we are doing our work. When we are going to sit in meditation, when you are into deep meditation, understanding what you are doing, fixing your mind on something that you have come to a conclusion with, When you sit in that kind of a meditation, you slip into samadhi, and in samadhi, this is the ripened state of nididhyasana. Samadhi is the ripened state of nididhyasana. That is what they say. Absence of all material thoughts. Vritti vismaranam. Yat samatvam tayoratra jivatma paramatmanoho samasta nashta sankalpaka samadhiravidiyate. All the imaginations of our mind is destroyed. Samasta nashta sankalpa vikalpa, that the choices that we have, sankalpam, the pramanam that we take, all these things are gone. All nashta, samasta nashta sankalpa, all our notions are gone. Yat samatvam tayoratra. Yat samatvam tayoratra jivatma paramatmano. In the jivatma, you feel all the imaginations have gone. Samatvam comes when there is no imagination. All the imagination have gone when you realize this is where the jivatma finds its union with the Paramatma. When all the notions are destroyed, when all the equilibrium state where the mind, there is absence of mind, absolutely there is no mind involved here. That is when you understand the Jivan finds its union with the Paramatma. That is what samasta nashta sankalpaha samadhiravidiyate. This is what is called samadhi, says Yogini Hridayam. Brahmakara manovritti pravaho ahankrutim vina sampranyana samadhi. Sampranyata samadhi syad Dhyanabhyasa prakarshava. We called it as Savikalpa Samadhi. Here Yogini Hridayam says Sampranyata Samadhi. Pranyata means perceivable. Sampranyata Samadhi means Brahman. You are able to see what is Brahman.
So there is duality. You and
No, the duality slowly disappears. See, this is only Savikalpa because you are not permanently in there. We are so fragile. At any point of time, you can be dragged out. We are so fragile mentally. That buddhi is not there for us. That we always get pulled out very easily. That is why we say here Savikalpa. There is still that existence of you and I here. Discrimination is there. Very mild. Very mild. But what has happened is, when you say 99% is gone, only that 1% is still, because this 1% is enough to pull back the 99. We have to understand that the Shakti of Maya is so much. This 1% is enough to pull you back. It is the power of Maya. You can get back easily, but you get pulled out also. That 1%, that distinction is there. That is why this is called, the Samadhi is called perceivable, not realized. There is two different things. Nirvikalpa Samadhi is the realized state. There is no coming back after that. Savikalpa Samadhi is perceived state. Sampranyata means perceived. That is, it is called, another name is called Sampranyata Samadhi. It is a perceived state. There is a difference between perceived and realized. As I told you, from a distance you can, like even you can go into a place. Like from Kanakapura Road, when we come back here, you see the Shobha, big name. You have not reached. You know that Shobha is there. When you feel it is yours is when you enter your house. No? That is the permanent place. It's like that. So from where? We have seen it. We have even come to the complex. We have even reached the complex. But we have still not. We are yet to enter our house. It's two difference. Right? So we have perceived that this is the Brahman. That is what the Bindu is. Karana Bindu we call it, because that is the reason, cause for the entire cosmos. The creation of the entire cosmos is the that is why it is called Karana Bindu. So there is this 1% of this thing still exists, because we have still not got deep into it. That is the reason. So Brahmakara Manovritti. So the thought about the Brahman, Pravaho Krutim, Pravaho Aham Krutim. See, when it comes, the Manovritti of the Brahma, the thought of Brahma, Brahmam and everything, it comes as a Pravaham. It is not coming as simple. It comes again and again, it keeps coming like waves. It is coming. Pravaham, it is coming. It is coming, gushing forth. Pravaham is gushing forth. It comes like a big flood. It is coming. It is flooding your thoughts. When Aham Krutim Vina, when you start questioning your own Atma, when you start searching for your Atma, what happens? Brahmakara Manovritti Pravaho Aham Krutim. When you start searching for Atma, who am I? When you start asking that questions, when you start immersing yourself in the questions, what happens? That is at that point, Brahman, the thoughts of Brahman is coming, flooding. The thoughts of Brahman is flooding. When you are searching for the Atma. Your search is for the Atma, but thoughts are coming as Brahman's thought. Sampranyad Samadhi Syad Dhyana Abhyasa Parasha. Why it happens? The Samadhi is the result of Dhyana Abhyasam. Abhyasam, practice of this Nididhyasanam. It doesn't happen when you sit the first time in meditation. It happens over and over a period of time and you continue to do the same thing. That is why they say Abhyasa, Dhyana Abhyasa, practice. It is then when you are searching for your Atma, the Brahma, the thoughts of the Brahman, Manovrittis come flooding into your thoughts. Right? This is what is Sampragyata Samadhi or Savikalpa Samadhi. So the Avaranam, now we have to come to Tattvamasi, This is now I have explained the philosophy of the Bindu, what it is. Samadhi denotes Bindu and Sampranyana Samadhi or Savikalpa Samadhi denotes Bindu. The thoughts have come. The soul is still not realized. We have to understand that. This is mild difference. The thoughts have come flooding and you are induced into a samadhi, but the soul is still yet to be found or realized. It is all stages, very minor stages. Small changes happen. It is a small change. So in this Bindu, Kameshwara, Kameshwari, Shivashakti, Aikya, Union. It is the union. It is not, we should not think that after having traveled this far, as calling yourself as a Shakti Upasaka, you come to the Bindu and you are going to see only Shakti. No. There you see Kameshwaran, Kameshwari, Lalitambika, Shivan, Ishwaran together sitting in the Bindu. They are the combination of that fact. They are the Karana Bindu. So they are sitting together there. Kameshwaran is the explanation for the word Tat. Kameshwari is the explanation. She explains the word Tvam. When we say, we call the Ambal is goddess and things like that. We have to understand one thing. The entire cosmos is the expansion of Prakriti expanding into the entire cosmos. So she is present in each and every aspect of this creation. She is the expansion. She is present. So there is no difference like, she is somewhere standing alone and let there be light. No, I shouldn't be saying that. It is like talking ill about somebody's belief. It is not right to do that. But what I am saying is, she is not someone sitting there and commanding things, but she herself expands into the entire cosmos. Entire cosmos is her. So this is Tat Tvam. So when you reach Bindu, we understand that we are part of that expansion. We are nothing but that Shakti, whom I have been calling as Tvam. That Tvam is nothing but Tat. If you take the connection, Tvam emerged from the Tat. Tvam first emerged from the Tat and Tvam expanded. We have to understand like that. The Shakti aspect, Ahankara Rupam of the Para Ahankara Rupam, that came out of that Parabrahmam, started expanding. This Parabrahmam stays exactly like that because it is Nirgunam, Nirvikaram, Nirupam. It cannot do anything other than just to stay like this. Watching the Prakriti expanding, it stays as a weakness. So what happens when we go first merge into her, because when the expansion happens, it starts from her and she starts expanding. When the layam happens, everything gets absorbed into her first. So we also get absorbed into her first. And then she gets absorbed into the Brahma. That is like, in the reverse order, it comes like that. Understand? So this is the point where we say these two are present. This is Tat and this is Tvam. This Tvam before the expansion. The Tvam before the creation happens, it is absolutely pure consciousness and it is our consciousness. It is our Jivan. This is our soul. You name whatever the name you want to give it. This is our Atma. The Tvam is our Atma. Tat is the Nirguna Brahma. These two are present as, we name them as Kameshwari, Kameshwara because of the desire to create. The desire to creation happens because they want to give a chance for the souls to redeem themselves in whatever the Janma they are taking and go back to them as a liberated souls than to be born again. He fails miserably every time, but he never loses hope. Okay? Sarvanandamaya chakram. Anandam. When the Brahman is sit there is nothing but bliss. Brahman is in the presence of Brahman. There is nothing but bliss. It is only so when we have to understand, like when you sit in the samadhi, when you reach the blissful state, and that is Brahman. You have reached the Brahman. Even if it is for a short while, you are going to experience bliss. How we will identify? We are all mortals. We are all like ignorant people. How we will understand what is Brahman? So when we reach that blissful state, because blissful is what the Brahman is. Brahman is always connected with the blissful state. So when we reach the blissful state, we understand we are there. So that is the reason this chakram is called Sarva. Here there is nothing else but Anandam. There is nothing else but bliss. When the sadhaka reaches this stage, he enjoys only bliss. That is why this is called Bindva Bhinna Parabrahmatmake Bindu Chakre. Parabrahmatmake Bindu Chakre. This Bindu Chakram, Parabrahma, the Chakram belongs to the Parabrahma. Bindu of that Chakram, Bindu Chakram, it is also called one Avarana. So this Chakram is called Bindu. It is always, because the Brahman is present there, it is always in the blissful state. Paraparaati rahayasya Yogini. There is some version about this, like, why they are called Paraparaati, rahayasya, Yogini. They say this is the Kamakala Rupam of Ambal. Whatever I have explained, the first change that happens in the Brahman towards creation is the emergence of that desire or the Karunyam that emerges from the Brahman to create. That forms, the first form is the Kamakala Rupa. We call it as Kamakala Rupam in the Sri Vidya Upasana. And they say, like, it is a highly subtle Kamakala Rupam. The description which is beyond words or imagination. That is the reason it is called Paraparaati, something that you cannot describe it, something that you have to understand that, perceive it and realize it later. So that is the reason, which is this Rupam which is beyond the perception of words or imagination, is Paraparaati rahayasya Yogini. Maybe they give the name like, it is Kamakala Rupam of Ambal. Mahatripurasundari Chakreswari. The duality in the world exists. In our prapancham now, our world exists because of our attachments. Attachment to our own self, attachment with other things in the universe. We connect with that. Because of that attachment, the world of duality exists. We are attached to our own physical self, we are attached to our own materials, our own people, everything, like, we need to have another form to, this attachment is the main thing that the duality starts existing. So the world is called the world of duality because of our own attachments to everything, to our own self also. And that is the reason soul takes three kinds of body here. It comes with a Karana Sariram, then Sukshma Sariram and Stula Rupam. Stula Rupam, Stula, Sukshma, Karana Shariram, three Sarirams the soul, individual self have. In the same way, what a soul who has gained the knowledge of the Brahman. Now we are discarding one Sariram. We have discarded in the process. As we travel towards Bindu, it is not discarding, we are purifying it. Like, attaching that Shariram into the... Ambal is in the form of Vidya, knowledge. So, Vidya Stula Rupam, Vidya Sukshma Rupam. Because knowledge is come now to this body. To the soul, the knowledge has come, knowledge of the Brahman has come. So, Vidya Stula Shariram, Vidya Sukshma Shariram, Vidya Mahakarana Shariram. Vidya Mahakarana. This is the world of knowledge. Not the world of duality. We have these three, Stula Sukshma Karana Shariram. In the world of knowledge, we have Vidya Stula Shariram, Vidya Sukshma Shariram, and Vidya Mahakarana Shariram. These three exist in this. They are nothing but Manana, Nididhyasana, Samadhi aspect of this. We call that name. Because once the knowledge is imparted, the soul carries that knowledge. Stula Shariram only can analyze the knowledge, analyze what the teaching that it has received from the Guru. So it can only analyze it, Mananam. Then when that happens, it gets Vidya Stula Shariram. Sukshma Shariram is when it sits in the Nididhyasana. After finding that this is what I am aiming at. And Vidya Mahakarana Shariram is something in the Samadhi state, it realizes I am nothing but that Shakti. I am the expansion of that Prakriti which emerged from the Parabrahma. Right? So this is what it is. Now, This is, again, it is explained by Vidya Tripura Chakras. We call it as Vidya Tripura Chakras. This Ashtakonam, which denotes Mananam, and the Trikonam, inverted triangle, Ashtavaranam, 8th Avarana, which denotes Nididhyasanam, and the Bindu. These three together called Vidya Tripura Chakras. Lot of names today. So now we will come now to what is the connection between the 3rd Avarana and the 9th Avarana. 3rd Avarana, Ishwari, is called Tripurasundari. In the 9th Avarana, the Ishwari is called Mahatripurasundari, only with the prefix Maha. Why this prefix was added to that Tripurasundari, and then she is the Chakreswari of the 9th Avarana. You have to understand that 3rd Avarana denotes Shushupti Avastha, deep sleep state. When we go to sleep, first we experience dreams, and at some point of a time, for a short span of time, we get into deep sleep where there are no thoughts. When I was explaining the Sushupti state previously, I told that is the short union with the Brahman. But the difference here is when you get out of Sushupti, you don't know what has happened. I don't know it. Because Maya, we are not the realized souls of them. We are normal souls going to sleep. Okay? In deep sleep state, when you get out of the deep sleep state, you only get the feeling that you had a good sleep, you had a deep sleep, and you are feeling fresh now, but I don't know what happened. That's the difference. I don't know what happened at that time. Right? But here, in this 9th Avarana, you get into Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam, and you get into Samadhi state, which is called the ripened state of Nididhyasanam. You get into the same sort of mind when what was in Shushupti, but with fully aware of what you are doing. Here, it happens, you are aware of it. You are getting into it. It is not that you are slipping into something without your knowledge. It is with complete knowledge you are getting into this Samadhi. That is the reason this Maha prefix is attached to Tripurasundari in the 9th Avarana, and she is called Mahatripurasundari. It is something with complete knowledge, with acquired knowledge, that you are entering into Samadhi and experiencing the same state as Shushupti, what it gives, the union with the Brahman. That is why she is called Mahatripurasundari, and the 3rd Avarana she is just mentioned as Tripurasundari. Okay. So Vidya Mahakarana Shariram, this corresponds to the Savikalpa Samadhi. As I told you, that Mananam, Nididhyasanam and Samadhi, Vidya Sthula Shariram, Vidya Sukshma Shariram, Vidya Mahakarana Shariram. These three. So this corresponds to Savikalpa Samadhi, and it also denotes to Turya Avastha. Turya. Shuddha Advaita Swarupo Aham. The definition of the term Aham. I consciousness, we should know what is I. Shuddha Advaita Swarupo Aham. It is pure. It is devoid of all dualities, any kind of dualities. Advaita Swarupam, it is alone. There is no difference between anything. There is only one that exists. That is what is called Aham. The definition of Aham. Shuddha Advaita Swarupo Aham. So the devata of this Avaranam is the Parabrahma, the eye consciousness of the Ahankara Rupam of the Parabrahma. When we merge into her, we lose our I and we become her I. That is the reason we also become pure like her. So Shuddha Advaita Swarupo, that Advaita Swarupa, why? No, it is not different from the Parabrahman, because it is the eye consciousness of the Parabrahman, so it is not different from it, so they are only one. That is the reason Advaita, the word is used here. So the Prapti Siddhi, why she is called Prapti Siddhi? Siddhi of this Avarana is called Prapti Siddhi. Turiyadhida Padas Shivas Vishranti Lakshanam Siddhim Prapyadi Tadi. Tadhaditi Prapti Siddhi. Now we have come to Turiya Avastha. This Siddhi is going to bestow you Turiyadhida Avastha. That is the reason she is called Prapti Siddhi. That is, sadhaka is being bestowed Turiyadhida Avastha by this Siddhi, because we have to move ahead. There's nothing beyond Bindu there, but there is a state which is subtler than the subtlest. That state it gives you. Turyadhida Avastha. Turyadhida Avastha. Turya Avastha is the Savikalpa Samadhi. Turyadhida Avastha is the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. You have to understand that the Siddhi bestows this Nirvikalpa Samadhi because it is only from Savikalpa Samadhi you can move into Nirvikalpa. You cannot just go straight. Once you go there, you will stay there. But the passage is only one-way traffic. Like, you have to go through this. So Nirvikalpa Samadhi is again the imminent result. I will not call it imminent result because it takes a lot of process to get into that state. You realize that and you stay there. But the process is through Savikalpa Samadhi. That is the reason Turiya Avastha and Turyadhita Avastha. Sarvayoni Mudra. The state of Jiva Brahma Aikyam. Here the Jiva Brahma Aikyam is denoted by the divine couple there. We merge into the Shakti aspect and they are together there. This is Savikalpa Samadhi. Understand it very clearly. They are one, but the Shakti which emerges from the Brahman, Nirguna Brahman, we are entering that Shakti. Okay, this is Jiva Brahma Aikyam, means not the union of Shiva and Shakti, it is the union of individual soul to the Brahman. Brahma means here the Shakti aspect of the Brahman. Because the Prakriti absorbs everything, we also get absorbed. Because we came out of her, we go back to her. We cannot bypass her and go here. There's no bypass there. The Prakriti, the entire creation and everything is so disciplined, not indisciplined. No bypassing, nothing is allowed there. As we come, we go back, the same process. So, Prakriti, everything gets expanded from Prakriti and everything gets absorbed back into Prakriti. But what is the difference between getting absorbed back to her like everything and going as a realized soul? Getting absorbed back to her, when everything gets absorbed back to her, they can be recycled to be born again as a different aspect if you are not realized. The selected ones who are realized go and merge with the Shiva. That is the Parabrahma. Okay? Others are again recycled and brought back to this world. Got it? So, Prakriti, everything goes into Prakriti. It is like a sieve. She chooses which one to go back, which one to go there. She selects. Without her permission, we cannot do it. So this is the Samarasya Swarupa. That is the reason Shiva Shakti Samarasya Swarupam we say. But here Shakti aspect denotes the individual soul reaching Shakti. But they are present. Nirguna Brahman cannot, because they cannot be separated. They are present together. Here our path, we just go and merge with the Shakti. This is what Yoni Mudra, because from that Yoni emerges everything, and we go back into get absorbed into that Yoni. You go back to her. Then the next stage, Turiya Vidya, we call it as Turiya Vidya. The next stage we have to see. We saw that in the previous Bindu state, where the individual soul is getting absorbed into finding its union into the Brahman. Here Prakriti going back into the Nirguna Brahman, Niradhara Brahman is Turiyadida Avastha. So it is only Brahman alone in the end. So the Vimarsha Shakti which emerged from the Prakasha Shakti, Prakasha Brahman, Brahman is Prakasha Rupam, Prakasha Vimarsha Shakti. The Shakti which emerges is called Vimarsha because it modifies itself, whereas Brahman stays like that. The Shakti only modifies itself into all the forms. Theory of evolution, and somebody got a name later as though they invented that. I don't want to mention it, but the name, the evolution, the theory of evolution is stolen from our concept. The one thing that I want to say is that it is the stolen concept from our Vaidika tradition. Because we were the one who originally, we don't talk about the only problem is that we don't talk about our greatness. The rishis and the saints who left that such kind of treasure for us. Many of us don't even know that it exists, because some name comes in that, then we all white skin and things like that. When it happens, then added masala, somebody says I have discovered it, invented it, the theory of evolution, but it originally emerged from us. That is the reason, the whole concept is the theory of evolution. How the entire creation evolved, how the species evolved from the smaller species to bigger one. So when the Prakriti gets absorbed back into the Prakasha, Vimarsha Shakti gets absorbed back into the Prakasha Brahman, then it is only the Brahman. Everything is only that. There is nothing exists there. No betas, no gunas, no tanmatras, no indriyas, no people, no plants, no mountains, nothing. It all is the Brahman. That is what is the Shantyatida Kala. Turiyatida Avastha, Shantyatida Kala. Then you can ask, how, everybody else, Jnani also gets absorbed back into the source, Yoni. Then how he is not born again? There is a saying there, roasted seeds can suffice your hunger, but it cannot grow back. A Jnani is a roasted seed. When you eat, it can satisfy your hunger, but it cannot grow back. Jnani is such a person. We all think that we are all seeds. When we get absorbed back into her, but the roasted seeds are kept separately and other seeds are sent back again for the recreation. For her recreation. The whole thing happens. Okay? So now we come to the Bhavana Upanishad. Beautiful Bhavana Upanishad, the last line. I mean, the first section of the Bhavana Upanishad completes with that. Nirupadiga samvedyeva kameshwara sadhananda purna swatmaiva paradevata lalita lohitya metasya sarvasya vimarshaha Nirupadiga samvidyeva kameshwara. Nirupadika means absolute Brahman, absolute samvidyeva, the concept, absolute concept. Absolute pure consciousness is Kameshwara. Sadhananda Purna Swatmaiva Paradevata Lalita. Sadhananda Purna, all the time she is in the bliss. Sadhananda Purna, complete bliss. There is no that bliss is not in particles. She is the embodiment of bliss. She is the bliss. So, Sadhananda, Sadha Ananda Purna. Swatmaiva Paradevata Lalita. That is nothing else but my own Atma. Swatmaiva Paradevata Lalita. She is nothing but your own Atma. You are the expansion of her. Lohitya metasya sarvasya vimarsha. Lohitya metas, the redness is the one that makes us contemplate the union of the Shiva and Shakti. Samarasya rupam of Shiva Shakti and the individual soul. What is the connection between Shiva Shakti and the individual soul? The connection is in a triangular form. These two are there. We are here. Where we make the connection, we go to her. And then we merge with him. That is how it happens. So we all emerged from her. That is what the innermost triangle that we saw in the 8th Avarana is called Brahma Yoni. It is called Brahma Yoni because the entire cosmos emerges from that. It is called Brahma Yoni. So the divine procreative point. The expansion of that is the divine procreative point where the entire cosmos comes out. From where the entire cosmos comes out. So a person who comes out of this goes back to that again. Through the yoni reaches her. Through the yoni he goes back to her. So as I said, the liberated souls go further to the Brahman, Nirguna Brahman, Prakasha Rupam. Other soul come back again and start their journey, restart their journey. In whatever the form that is destined according to their karma. So the entire existence of us is under her control. That is why we call her Maharani. Entire existence is in her fist. Because we are her. So our existence also depends on her. Whatever, if she wants us to come back here, we will have no other choice but to come back. If she gives us Shivanyana Pradhayini, if she gives us the Jnana, then we go to we get liberated, the soul gets liberated and goes back to the Parabrahman. So, when everything is withdrawn, completely withdrawn, then you get to see the Prakasha Rupam of the Parabrahman and you merge. This is the highest point in your spiritual journey. This is the point. There is nothing beyond that. Merging with the Prakasha Rupam is the ultimate one for the sadhaka. As far as the Sri Vidya Upasana concerned, it stops with the Bindu. Union, finding the union with your Paradevata is the ultimate for a sadhaka. But Paradevata is so compassionate. She is always used to giving much more than you ask for. She bestows the union with the Prakasha Rupam of the Brahman. It is our effort we reach her. It is her compassion and blessing she takes us further. We have to understand it very clear. It has to be very clear. So, that is the reason for a sadhaka, the effort of a sadhaka ends with Bindu. But what happens beyond that point is left in her hand. She gives that. She bestows that. She gives much more than you ask for. Why you are asking only for this? I am giving you the Shivajnanam I give you. That is what the Falashruti says in this. This is the ultimate point of any spiritual journey. We have come to the point and there is nothing beyond this. Now we will go to the next now, Chakreswari. Tripure, Tripureshi, Tripurasundari, Tripurasini, Tripurashri, Tripuramalini, Tripurasiddhe, Tripuramba, Mahatripurasundari. These Chakreswaris we saw in each of our Avarana. Tripura, it denotes the Stula Rupam, the first Avarana of the Stula state. Tripureshi is the second Avarana, where the Sukshma Shariram, Sukshma aspect is, that is like, Jagrat Swapna aspect is there. Tripurasundari again is the Karana Sariram, Sushubdhi Avastha. Tripura Vasani is the yearning for of the soul, the individual soul about the Brahman. It wants to got sick of whatever has happened in his life and going through it again, and he wants to escape from this cycle and go beyond, and he starts searching. His search starts there from the fourth Avarana, and Tripurashri is with the karma, his purva janma vasana. His guru comes to him, so to guide him further. And Tripura Malini is the one who, the guru, when the Shravanam starts, the guru bestows the knowledge to the sadhaka. Tripura Siddha is the one which denotes Mananam. So from the Shravanam we move on to Mananam, where whatever the teachings of the guru, the sadhaka dwells in the teaching and wants to find his own answer to that. And Tripuramba denotes the Nididhyasanam Ashtavaranam. Ashtama Varanam is Nididhyasanam Tripuramba, where it shows whatever the Mananam, whatever the confirmed knowledge that you have got through Mananam, you want to dwell in that, meditate on that, and you slip into Samadhi in the 9th Avarana, and who is the Ishwari is Mahatripurasundari. Okay. Sri Devi Visheshani Namaskara Vaksharicha. Namaskarana Vaksha. Namaskara Navaksharicha. This 9 blessings, I think, Navakshari. Maha Maheshwari. She is the great cosmic controller. Maha Maheshwari. Mahataki. She is the Ishwari of the Mahat. Maharangi. She is the empress of the cosmic. She is the cosmic empress. The great cosmic empress. The great Maha. Twice the Maha comes. The first Maha denotes the greatness, and the second Maha denotes the cosmic expansion, cosmic prapancham. Okay? The Mahashakti, see, the great cosmic power, Shakti. Mahagupte, the great cosmic secret. Sarvanandamaya Sati. When Shankara Bhagatpadal wrote in Saundaryalahari, Satinama Charame, she is the topmost in the world of satis, all the pativratas. She is the topmost. Sarvanandamaya, but she is present in everybody. Sati, the words that Vashinyadi Devata, Vagdevatas have used in Sahasranamams, Sarvanandamaya Sati. She is present in everyone, but she is the great Pativrata because she is not known to everyone. That is why Sarvanandamaya Sati. But the Namavali comes as Satyai Namaha. She is the truth. But the phrase in the beautiful it is Sarvanandamaya, because that is how secret she is. She is present. But you cannot, she is in you. You cannot find her. She is highly secret. That is why Maha Gupte, Maha Nyapte, memory, Nyapta, memory. She is the great cosmic memory. That memory, it is because of the memory only, the entire cosmic function happen in such disciplined manner. No? That is why Nyapte, Mahanande, she is the great cosmic bliss. She is the embodiment of bliss, so she is the great cosmic bliss. Skande, she is the adharam of the entire cosmos, support. So Skandhe means support. So the great cosmic support. Shaye, she is the expression, the great cosmic expression. The entire cosmos is her expression. So she is the great cosmic expression. Sri Chakranagara Samrangi. She is the empress, the great consciousness, the transcendental cosmic empress of the Sri Chakra. Sri Chakra Nagara. The emperor, the palace, the whatever, the township, Sri Nagaram. Sri Chakra, Sri Nagaram, rendu cheyindi Sri Chakra Nagaram. Sri Chakra Nagara, she is the empress of that. Namaste Trihi Namaha Swaha. I pay my obeisance to her. Trihi, she is the form of all triads. Namaha. We will rush into Falashruti. Yesha Vidya Mahasiddhidayini. Here they talk mainly about the Panchadashi mantra. Yesha Vidya Mahasiddhidayini Smriti Matradara. This Vidya bestows everything the moment you think of it. You don't need to recite or do japam. The moment you think, Smriti Matra, the moment you think, it bestows everything. Agnivadhe Mahakshobhe Raja Rashtrasya Viplave. Agnivadhe. Vada means air, Agni means fire. It protects from fire and air. That is, air means all storms, typhoons, you can think of all those things. Agni means fire that happens, even any kind of natural or unnatural, whatever it is. Protects from fire. And Mahakshobhe, Kshobhe means the quake, earthquake. Mahakshobhe, Raja Rashtrasya Viplave, the distress in government. When you are distressed in government, this Vidya saves you. That is what it protects you from any kind of distresses that is caused by governance. Okay? Luntane taskarabhe. It hides you from the thief, the one who wants to steal from you. It hides you. You don't come into the Luntane taskarabhe. Sangrame salilaplave. It makes you win with ease when you are in the battlefield. Sangrama means battlefield. Salilaplave, with the ease you win. Samudraya navikshobhe, the relief from the fear of flood that happens, like tsunami or rivers flooding, all those things. So Samudraya navikshobhe, relief from the fear of flood. Bhuta pretha dikhe bhaye. Bhuta means ghost, pretha means spirit of the dead. So it gives relief, the fear, relief from the fear of the ghost and the pretham. Apasmara jvara vyadi. Apasmara means memory loss. Many a times connected with epilepsy, something connected with brain, mental, this thing. So memory loss. Apasmara jvara vyadi, fever and diseases. Mrityu kshamadi jayvi. The fear of the death is the worst fear we all have. Fear of death is the worst fear. So for all kinds of fear, death, there are so many kinds of death we are seeing in Lalita Sahasranama when we are seeing it. So there are so many deaths, natural or unnatural, that fear of death, she gives relief. Shakini Bhutana Yaksha Yaksha. Yaksha, Raksha, Kushmandaji. Raksha, Shakini, all these things are Devatas. Shakini, Putana, Yaksha, used mainly for black magic. Kushmandaja, all these things are different creatures like aimed at somebody to destroy them or kill them, like all connected with black magic. That is what the next one also comes. Mitra Bede protects friendship. So there is no Mitra. Bheda means somebody like breaking the friendship, whereas Mitra, it protects from, and this means protects your friendship. Graha Bhaye, Graha means Navagraha doshas. So that relief from all Navagraha dosha. Vyasane Vyapicharine. Vyasane means the, what you call it, distress that is caused by these Navagraha and Navagraha dosha. That the distress that is caused by that, it gives the relief from the distress. Apichar, Vyasanesh Vapicharike. Not only the Navagraha dosha, Apicharaka karma means black magic. Tantric Rupam, whatever they do, the black magic, it is called Apichara karma. So that Apichara karma also, it protects you from that. Whatever the distress that comes out of the sorrows that come out of because of the black magic, she protects. No? This Vidya protects, this knowledge protects.
Vyasana is addictions, no?
You can say is addiction, yeah. Vyasanesh Vapicharike, yeah, you can call it as addictions. And you can say, like, there are few meanings that are given in that. It is, addiction is also there. Vapicharam, from the relief from the Vapicharam is also there. Yeah. Anyeshvapicha dosheshu, whatever other doshas that happen, Mala mantram smaren naraha, you just remember the Mala mantram, the Panchadashi mantram. Here they talk about the Panchadashi mantram only because, as I told you before, only Srividya Upasakas were doing this, reciting this with the Nyasam and Dhyanam and Japam. They were doing it in a Japam form. So for this Nyasam, we do it with the Srividya Panchadashi. That is why they go back to Panchadashi and they say, Anyeshvapi dosheshu Mala mantram smarenara. Mala mantram here denotes only the Panchadashi mantra. So you just remember that when you are in any kind of dosha. The next two lines actually, like, it comes as a part of the Falashruti, but many text it is mentioned as in the Dhyana Slokam also. Thadrusham Khadgamapnodi yena astasti tenavai. When the devotee thinks of such a sword, the supreme, which is the supreme power that comes into his hand, tena hastasti tena. Yena hastasti tena. When that kind of supreme power comes into his hand in the form of a sword, that is why, because we khadgam apnodhi, khadgam I told is the sword. So tadrusham khadgam apnodhi, when he wants to get that or possess that, tadrusham khadgam apnodhi, yena hastasti, when it comes to his hand, the power comes into his hand, ashtadasamhadvipa samrang bhoktha bhavishyati, he or she becomes the protector and enjoyer of the 18 worlds. Mahadvipa, Bhokta Bhavish, Samrang Bhokta Bhavish is the protector. Samrang means battling it. So protector, Bhokta means enjoying. So Bhokta Bhavishyati, he gets it like that in future, he gets it when he recites the Mala mantra. Sarvopatra Vinirmukta, he transcends all the worlds. Saksha Shivamayo Bhavid, he becomes Shiva himself. That is, he becomes a yogi himself. Apatkale Nitya Pujam Vistarat Karthum Arabhed. So during the time of distress or agony, Apatkale Nitya Pujam, you recite this daily and do puja in an elaborate way. Perform the puja. Vistarat Karthum Arabhed. Ekavaram Chapatyanam Sarva Puja Phalam Labhed. Ekavaram, 1 week if you do the japam of the Panchadashakshari, you get the punyam of doing all the pujas in this prescribed pujas. Sarva puja phalam labhed. You get the benefit of that. You are rewarded with the fruits of all the pujas. Navavarana Devinam Lalitaya Mahau Janaha. It produces the benefit of doing the Navavarana puja. Reciting this Khadgamala gives you the benefit of doing the entire Navavarana puja, because you are remembering all the Avarana Devatas. That itself is doing Navavarana puja. Ekatra Ghanana Rupo Veda Vedanga Gocharana. This is the one. Ghanana Rupo means condensed one. Veda Vedanga Gochara. Gochara means searching. Veda Vedanga. All the Vedas and Vedangas go search only for this one. This one which is in the condensed form is what all the Vedas and Vedangas search for. So, Ekatra Ghanana Rupo Veda Vedanga Gocharaha Sarvahama Rahasyartha. It is the secret meaning embedded in all the agamas. Sarvagama Rahasyartha. Secretively, the meaning of it is embedded secretly in all the agamas. Smarana Papanashini. The moment you think about it, all your sins get absolved. It can destroy all your skin. Lalitaya Maheshanya Mala Vidya Maheshishi. Lalita Maheshani, Maheshwari, Maharangi, she is the one glorified in this Mala Vidya. Naravasyam Narendranam Vasyam Nari Vashankaram. Naravasyam means attracting men. Narendranam, Nara, Indra means kings. Attracting men, kings. Vashyam Nari Vasham. Nari, even women. So men, women and kings it can attract. You get the sadhaka, get the power to attract men, women and kings. Animadi Guneshwaryam Ranjanam Bhava Bhanjanam. Anima Siddhis, all the wells, everything you will befriend him. Befriend the sadhaka and all his sins will get destroyed. Papa Bhanjanam means it will get destroyed. All his sins will get destroyed. Animadi Guneshwaryam. All the Aishwaryam, all gunas, everything he will befriend everything, but all his sins will get destroyed. Tattada Varanastayi Devata Branda Mantrakam. All the Avaranas, Devatas will accept or receive all the varieties of mantra. Pray to him, pray to them. So, Tattada Varanastayi, the Devatas, Avarana Devatas placed in their respective positions will accept, receive all your mantras. That is also important, no? They have to hear what you are saying. So they will receive or accept all the mantras. Mala mantram param guhyam parandama prakirtidam. This Vidya is highly secretive. Mala mantram param guhyam. Guhyam means secret. So it is highly secretive, but it is gloriously known. It is known very widely, but it is secretive. It is popular, but not known to everyone. It is like that. It is highly secretive. Shaktimala Panchadashya Shivamala Chadadrushi. It is only through this you can reach Shiva. Only through Shaktimala, which is the Panchadashi mantram, is the only way to reach Shiva. Tasmad Gopyadhara Gopyam. It is more secretive than the most secretive one. Secret, Gopyadharam means more secretive than all secrets. Tasmad Gopyadharam Gopyadharat Gopyam Rahasyam Bhukti Muktidam. But it bestows, though it is highly secretive, but it can bestow both wealth for this world. But Bhukti means wealth for this world. And Mukti means the liberation. It can give you both wealth in this world and liberation later. Tasmat Gopyadarat Gopyam Rahasyam Bhukti Muktidam. here we come to the end of this sessions, the series. Vamakeshwara Tantra, it is taken this, as I told you, this Devi Khadgamala is taken from Vamakeshwara Tantra. And all the tantras are conversation between Shiva and Shakti. So Shiva explaining this to Shakti. That is what Uma Maheshwara Samvade means. In their conversation, from their conversation, we have taken this Devi Khadgamala Stotram Samapta. We come to the end of it. Guru Namaha.